Hello and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a daily reading for July 30th, 2019. It's a reading for all signs. So please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Now, remember my timing here is fluid, you guys. So if something doesn't resonate, go back and check some of the other videos because then those will be the ones, or that will be the message that you were meant to hear. All right, so Spirit, please tell us what we need to know for July 30th, 2019. It doesn't want to go. Spirit, please tell us what we need to know for July 30th, 2019. Okay. Okay, first card out, Three of Wands in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse, exactly where we want to see it. The Tower in reverse. And the Sun in reverse. We have the Knight of Wands in the upright. The Five of Wands in reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse. And the Four of Cups. The overall energy is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands energy is the fire signs. It's Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. And it represents somebody who may feel a little bit walled in by their success. It may be somebody who is taking a look at all of his options and feels like the world is his oyster. He can do anything he wants, and there's so many opportunities out there. And he's really having a good hard look at what he needs to do for his greater good. This is the planning stages. In this deck in particular, some decks he's facing away from us. In this deck, he's facing us, and he does look a little bit sad. So it looks like he might not be completely happy with where he is or what he's doing right now in life. Now, it could be a relationship, it could be business, it could be school, it could be anything, you guys. But what he's doing right now isn't resonating with his highest and greatest good. Now, that doesn't mean that he's doing something wrong, but especially coming out of July with this heavy eclipse season and Mercury in retrograde ending tomorrow, what's happening is that a lot of you have probably been doing a lot of shadow work and a lot of sort of, analysis, doing, a human viral scan, checking up on your feelings, on your emotions, your purpose. And now is the time in the new moon, which comes tomorrow, to really manifest what it is you want to achieve. So please make sure that you're speaking your intentions out loud, that you're writing them down on paper, and that you're really communicating and watching out for signs from your guides and your spirits. Because the new moon tomorrow will be the perfect opportunity to, take everything that you've learned in this eclipse season and Mercury retrograde and flip it. And say, you know what, I want to go for it. The Wands, this is all about passion. It could also be about business, but it's that drive, it's that internal spark that you have and that you know what it is. You just need to make it happen. And that's what's going on here. He knows what he wants. He's just in those planning stages. Now, underneath that card, we have the King of Wands, and that's more Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries energy, and we are in the Leo season. The new moon will be in Leo. So the King of Wands, though, is in reverse, and the King may feel a little bit dethroned. The King of Wands may be a CEO. He's very passionate. He's a traveler, but we really want to turn this King of Wands energy upside down. And that would be you manifesting, you, again, speaking your intentions out loud, and you doing what resonates with your higher self. So just give me a moment. Let me take a look at the cards here. Okay, so our first card out here is the Three of Wands. I love it that it's coming after our Two of Wands energy. The Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in. You can see this here, that he's a merchant, all right, and that he is, that he's very powerful. He knows what he's doing. He's had that initial idea, the spark. Now he's had, he went through the planning stages, and now he's sort of done all of the work, and he's waiting for his ships to come in. He's in a really great place. He's look at his position. He's strong. I mean, he's tense, but that's because he's super in the midst of, in the throes of doing what he believes will make him feel successful and feel good, and what resonates with his higher self. This being in reverse, again, this is that Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries energy. It may be that somebody has, you've come up against some delays. Things aren't going the way you want them to go. What you've put your energy into seems not to be giving back the way you feel like it should. Now, this very well could resonate with this retrograde and this eclipse season, but I have a feeling things are about to change. Okay, things can change for you tomorrow again. Tomorrow on the 31st, then we will have this new moon, and these energies will really change for you. This is being clarified by the Knight of Wands. This is Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries energy again. And the Knight of Wands, he has so much strength and so much passion. He's so athletic. In this deck, I love it because he doesn't know what these hieroglyphics say, but he doesn't care, or it's actually a she. She's going to bust down that door regardless. And this is just this fast-moving energy, somebody who knows what they want, and they're really, really going for it. The next card out is the Nine of Swords. This is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. This is air energy, and in the upright, it's all about somebody who's losing sleep over something. They're in their own self-made nightmare. In the reverse, though, it means that these swords, they're falling out. And somebody's coming out of this self-destructive thought patterns, and someone's coming out of this sort of crazy period where they're full of self-doubt and they're putting themselves down, and they're no longer initiating and engaging in that negative self-talk. Now that is really beautiful, you guys. That's very nice. This is being clarified by the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is all about that healthy competition. It could be that somebody's feeling a little bit, it's like when you're playing around with your friends and you're just kind of roughhousing. In the reverse, it's a little bit concerning though, because it does mean that somebody is either shooting below the belt. It's kind of like, again, you're roughhousing with your friends and somebody accidentally breaks your nose. Okay, or you break a toe, and so the rules kind of change, or somebody throws salt in your eyes. It could also be that even though you're coming out of this sort of negative self-talk stage, and you're coming out of this nightmare and all of this anxiety, you could feel like nothing seems to be going the way you want it to go, and you just feel like you're getting peppered, you're getting hammered, like it's like life isn't letting up. Again, I really get this could be the Mercury retrograde. Again, we're coming out of it on the 31st. It's almost over. We are in the home stretch. That's more Wands energy. It's Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. Then we have the Tower. The Tower is this, you all are familiar with tower moments. They are these crazy, oftentimes violent or very abrupt changes in our lives where we have to learn these really big, huge lessons. Lightning has come, boom, hit this tower, which happens to be a tree, and it's just going to burn out everything that wasn't serving you. Now, this lightning can be something, a complete outside force. It could be some sort of, change that initially you see as really negative, but once you process this change, you'll see that it was for your greatest good. But it can also be something that you've decided to do, something that was no longer serving you. Again, it could be, it could be your health, it could be eating habits, it could be alcohol, it could be a person, it could be a relationship, it could be something that you've been dealing with for a really long time. It could be something also from your childhood, and you've said, during this retrograde and this eclipse season, you decided, what, I'm not gonna, something here needs to give, and you could have brought about this change on your own. In the reverse, it's not as big of a change. I have a feeling you know what you need to do. I get that you started doing, in that shadow work you were doing over the last month or so, you've started to come out of that anxiety and that nightmare. And here you know what it is, but you just quite haven't been able to do it yet. And there are still some blocks that need to be cleared. Now, this is being clarified by the Eight of Swords because this is very nice in the reverse. So you're getting there. It's not all going to happen at once. This is not going to be instant gratification. Changing, healing, reconnecting, crossing bridges never happens overnight. And that's what Spirit is telling me. This is a process, but you're moving in the right direction. The Eight of Swords, again, is somebody who's put themselves in a very precarious position. She's surrounded by all of these swords. Again, this is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini energy. She's wearing a blindfold, and she's bound. But if she just takes off the blindfold, you know, she'll be safe. But she doesn't know that because she hasn't ventured out on her own. She hasn't taken off the blindfold. So this is this thought process of what I can't see can't hurt me, but I'm scared of it anyways. In the reverse, she's taking off that blindfold and she's taking a step forward in her healing, connecting with the divine. She's taking a step forward in this process of, you know, forgiving herself, forgiving the people around her, and moving forward and making this tower really move, you know, in the upright. Because, you know, there are some changes that need to happen. And I think you've started taking those steps to make those changes. And, you know, this is going to work out for you. Now, the next card out is the Sun. The Sun is Leo energy, so this is good because it means that all of this is either being initiated in Leo season or that, yes, it's all being initiated in Leo season, or it's all going to come to a head in Leo season. Now, the Sun card is beautiful. It's optimism. It's creativity. Here we have a couple, so it could be a love relationship, or it could be a business relationship, or it could just be co-creating also with Spirit and the divine. Here we've got this beautiful little dog that we also see in the Fool, who's now watching them enjoy their life, stand in the sun, and soak up all of the warmth. In the reverse, there's a little bit of a warning coming with this card that, you know, that co-creation is going to be necessary here. It's going to be necessary to avoid what's clarifying it, the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups, this is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy. And this is somebody who is really pensive, who's really thinking about, you know, he's almost ruminating, he's brooding over all of this that's happening. Because we get that you're tired and we get that you're frustrated. And I get that you feel like things aren't working out. And I get that this is coming at this long, I mean, July feels like this long, unending month. And everybody is talking about retrograde, you know, and it is coming to an end, but you are going to have to snap out of it. You are going to have to employ optimism. This situation is calling for it. At the same time, you've been through a lot and you're making steps. You're making headway. So let's go ahead and clarify that. Oops, coming out. 19, rest and rejuvenation. This is going to be really important. And I get that you're moving towards that. 9 of Swords in reverse, 8 of Swords in reverse, 4 of Cups. Okay. Now, 4 of Cups is thinking and sort of being emotion, like overly thinking, but really stuck in these emotions and feeling them and over-feeling them and going over them and going over them and going over them, and you might be missing the big picture. So it's really time here to get some rest and rejuvenation. So you can also turn that Sun card upside down. Woman holding a coin. Okay, very interesting, very interesting. So it may be, and there's a black cat here. Now, black cats, this is very much so the energy of the Queen of Wands, even though we could say it's also Pentacles. But I'm really getting this Queen of Wands energy with the red background, and she's always with a cat. And a black cat was gifted to people who really, really enjoy life. So this may have something to do with your financial life, although no pentacles came out in your reading. But with a lot of the Wands energy, you know, have to do with business and your passion. And maybe that you need to rethink your finances. Maybe somebody's in control of your finances, or maybe this has to do with getting in control of your finances. But she's beautiful. She's smart. She's friendly. She's gregarious. Yin Yang 22. What did I say about partnership? Partnership is going to be very important. Blending the two opposites. Twos here are also very important. This Two of Wands. Okay, so the yin and the yang, and that could be your inner divine masculine, your inner divine feminine, okay, your energies, or it could be really partnership here. Maybe you need to partner with this woman holding a coin in order to make your dreams come a reality. And right now you're having difficulty co-creating. Whoops. All right. Finally, Magician and the Mirror. I'm getting that co-creation is the major theme of this reading, and Spirit really wants you to know that, you know, you are going to have to work on... Sorry guys, I dropped something. You're really going to have to work on co-creation. Look at this. This is exactly the same card. Look at the colors. Blue on this side, yellow on that side. Feminine, emotional, intuitive, okay? Masculine, powerful. Well, they're both powerful, but material, okay? We've got water, we've got fire, we've got water, we've got fire, we've got the moon, we've got the sun, we've got the moon, we've got the sun. So you really need to really work on blending these two opposites. So not in this reading, but in the pre-shuffle, the Temperance card came out, and I was thinking about those exact things, about being able to blend, okay, the material world and the divine. So whether this journey, you know, and this may not be for all of you, it may just be for one of you, but this might be this spiritual journey, blending your higher self, what's for your greatest good, and what you're actually doing here in the material world. Is your job, is what you're doing, is what you spend the most time doing, does that resonate with your higher self? And the Magician and the Mirror and this Yin Yang card is calling me to ask you that question. Is this, you know, is what you're doing calling, resonating with your higher self? Princess of Autumn. So this is the Page of Pentacles. Studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get along. Again, we have the planning stages, although this is Wands, but this really could have to do with your business, okay? Woman holding a coin, your investments, okay, or your education. Somebody asked me, you know, how much have you invested in yourself? I thought that was a weird question, but I feel like it's just coming back around, you know, how much, and I need, you know, you to ask yourself, how much have you invested in yourself? Nine of Spring, the Nine of Wands. Protect the fruits of your labors. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Environmental conservation. Wow. So again, really, really, really confirming this Two of Wands and that Three of Wands energy, you guys. All right. So make sure you're prepared for challenges. Also make sure you're prepared for opportunities. Nine of Autumn. Very nice, you guys. The nines are coming out strong. Reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. So some of you very well may be starting a business. If you listened to my reading yesterday, I went into a little bit of a story about Pomona and all about co-creation. Now, sometimes it's good to be out on our own. Maybe co-creation doesn't work for you. Maybe it's not the way. Maybe you're with someone and you really need to go it alone. That could very well be possible. It could be the decision that you're going to be faced with. But you have to use your intuition. You are the only one who knows that answer. And the final card out is Balance. Take everyone's input into consideration. Merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. Beautiful. And I love this Lion energy. Just as we're moving into Leo, just as we're going to have a new moon in Leo, it's absolutely lovely, lovely, lovely energy. All right, I'm going to pull a few more oracle cards. White Terra, sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. All right, so if this partnership isn't working out for you, then you know what you need to do. If being on your own is becoming too difficult, then you need to ask for help. And that's where this woman holding a coin card comes out. You need to assess how your life is being affected by partnerships. Are they good right now, or are they bad? All right, are they resonating with your higher self? Fairness, mat. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. This is on top of the balance card. Incredible, you guys. I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay, so don't worry. Everything will be balanced, including yourself. You have to balance. You've done a lot of work, a lot of self-healing, I'm getting. Faith. Take a moment to look at that card, concentrate on it and on the images. You need to have faith that everything is going to work out in a fair and balanced way. Storm. Interesting. Take a moment to meditate on that card. Storm. Now this could be the storm, your inner storm, everything you've been going through. Okay, everything you've been going through in this tumultuous Mercury retrograde and eclipse season. Or it could be that things will not be easy. Something is going to give. This tower moment is coming up. Now you decide whether or not that lightning strikes and it burns everything out that doesn't serve you, or if it just burns out a little bit, and where you go from there. All right, I'm going to pull just one more card, because I feel like I don't like leaving it there with you with the storm energy. First light, beginning a new cycle. I really believe this comes tomorrow, you guys, on the 31st, the new moon. Set your intentions, write them down, speak them out loud. All the work you've been doing is going to come back, and you are going to burn something out. You're going to be a new you. You're going to feel rejuvenated in the month of August. And I think tomorrow you will really start to feel like this is possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the little bell so you get my updates. And thank you, and have a beautiful day.